In the heart of the city, where dreams come alive, BWatts on the mic with that fire in his eyes. From the court to the field, every game, every fight, he's the voice of the struggle under stadium lights. He's seen the highs and the lows, the wins and the pain, every triumph and tear, every loss in the rain. But through it all, he stands tall, never backs down, with a heart full of love for this sports-loving town. Sports talk, we watch, where the passion runs deep. Every story, every glory, every promise we keep. From the love of the game to the struggles we face, he's the voice of the people in the sacred space. Sports talk, we watch, where the passion runs deep. Sports talk, we watch, where the passion.
It's a new team. Same old model. Man. We got to sell this thing out and pack this thing. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, me. 1, 2, 3. You're going to see how it all comes together, because it's going to be a tremendous peek into the future of CU football.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, how y'all doing on this Sunday evening? You're watching Sports Talk with BWatts, along with my dog, Coach Dre, and we got the maestro again tonight, and that's Uncle Steve with us tonight. Hey, before I get started, I want to say this broadcast is dedicated to the LSU player that lost his life over the weekend, and our prayers and thoughts go out to that entire family. Man, you just don't know what young people go through. So you just have to, got to stay prayed up, I would never, I especially want to, send my prayers out to the parents. And you never want to have to bury your own children, y'all. Just don't. I know I don't. So when I saw that story came and called across Twitter, boy, that thing make you think, y'all. Life is precious. I think one of the guys I always say, Steve or Coach Dre always say, check on your people, man. You never know what they're going through. One of them said that, so I give both on the credit. But that thing throws me all kind of ways. But our prayers goes out to that family. Was a good kid. I'll read him. The dude had a chance to go to the NFL, I think, this year in the draft. But just want to let the program go out to his family tonight. Well, I want to talk about Coach Prime tonight. I won't hold y'all long because I got an eye infection. This thing bothering me. Coach Prime is out there doing it, y'all. He going for it. I told you this week, if he go out there and get 9 days ago, I did a show. I said, Coach Prime is one move away from winning the Big 12. He did it yesterday with that right tackle, right guard, or whatever position they use, man, God bless him. We needed it. And then I said, if you go out here and get this wide receiver, Brown, oh yeah, he's sending a statement. He going for it all. Every video you see him talking to him, he's saying he's trying to win it all. So I'm going to bring the fellas up. I'm going to sit back. My night tomorrow. I'm going to see what they got to say. Right? So here we go. I want to thank everybody for tuning in once again. Once again, do me a favor. Hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel, Sports Talk with BWatts, and hit that bell notification. It'll let you know whenever I drop a video or go live. All right? All right. Man. Coach Dre. I thought I was saying Coach Dre. Oh, there you go. Thought all three of y'all came up together. What's going on? Y'all doing all right tonight?
Doing fantastic. Doing fantastic. How about yourself, sir?
Hey, man, been a long day. Church, 2 service day, man. 2 service day. Went out to eat, man. I tell you, man. Boy, they love to talk on women, boy. But it's all good, though. It's all good. Got a chance to see my daughter.
Don't blame it on the women, because you say we're going to have 30 minutes, it go to an hour. Then it go to an hour and 30. So it must have rubbed off on you. So don't say nothing about women, because you love it. You love to chat too, partner. So stop.
Yeah, I see it's gonna be one of these nights. But I like that Jackson State University. Well, Coach Prime went and got him another dog down there from Mississippi. His name is Cecile Brown, the wide receiver, coming to Colorado. I just want to hear y'all thoughts on it. Y'all can have it.
One coming from Mississippi is that tackle, or guard, whatever you call it. Now he from Mississippi.
Oh, I thought he from Mississippi. I know one of them.
The big boy.
Okay, let's talk. I want to talk about the wide receiver, Cecile Brown. What you think about that, Coach Brown? I'm getting him, Uncle Steve.
It's all about competition. What it does now, because what you had in the wide receiver room is inconsistency. And when you have inconsistency, what I mean about it is this. You have talent in that wide receiver room. You got talent to the level of, you got NFL talent in there, but they're not consistent. You need to bring somebody in to make them uncomfortable. They need to be uncomfortable. They need to be feeling like, who is he in here to replace? And that shouldn't be the question. The question is, I need to step up my game, because when coaches are bringing people in, they're giving you a warning. If everybody was handling their business, that room, we don't need to bring nobody in. We good on that room. Let's spend our money in this area. Coach Prime ain't just trying to go out there and spend money to spend money. They're spending money in areas in which they deem we have to bring somebody in to move the room. All he does is move the room, because it's some when I say what I love, Jimmy Johnson always said, and I believe in this, I never want a team that's comfortable. I want you uncomfortable at all times. I want you to understand, if I get hurt, I might not get back on that field again, because that person who replaces me might be there to stay. So that's what I need. That's what I see. I see a room that then got uncomfortable. That's uncomfortable right now, and I see a room that's gonna get better, because they're gonna get better, because they're understanding. I got to step up my game if I want to get in that get on that field, and that's what I see. Back to you, BWatts.
All right. What's up, JR? How you doing, man?
What up, everybody? What up?
What's going on? Coach Ray, what you think about the wide receiver room? I mean, not the wide receiver room, but Cecile Brown coming to Colorado.
I mean, Uncle Steve hit it on the head for me. It's about competition and making people feel uncomfortable. We want the best out of everybody. I think our Jizzle said it in the group. Besides Miller and Draylon, we got a bunch of unexperienced college guys. Yes, they've been playing football all their lives, but they haven't had the college experience. It's great to see it's great to see us get another big receiver and a guy with a lot of speed. He came down here to USF, and he didn't get on the field, but he practiced real hard. And from what the tone I got from when he was here was he was going to be good. But he had some things he thought he should play. He went down to Campbell and did what you're supposed to do when you go down to a lower level, in which is ball out. Again, what did you expect? It's the same thing happened last year. When the quarterback go and say, hey, bro, I need you to come on down here, what it is, like K-Salt did with Sincere, like Shadur did last year with LaJohntay, I thought it was a done deal. And then when they moved it up to this weekend instead of the spring game, that let me know there was a lot of emphasis on trying to go ahead and get it done and have all your ducks in a row and things of that nature. So you got to take your hats off to this great recruiting staff, Coach Bach and Coach Phillips. Before I go on, I say this all the time, man, and y'all wonder why I say you got to be positive and you got to speak highly of these young men, because you never know what these young men are going through. You never know what they go, how it affects them and how it affects their lives. For me, this hit home because for those who do know, my brother-in-law coached at LSU for 3 years before he just went to the Dolphins. So he knew Lacey. He's hurt. I've been with him. I've been talking with him all day. It's just unexpected, but we got to be careful how we put our mouths on kids, and that's why I tell y'all all the time. It's a way to say anything. It's a way to say anything. I can say a whole lot of things and not kill somebody's character. And I tell people all the time, that's why I come on here and try to put a smile on somebody's face, because you don't know what their week been like. You don't know what their day been like. So I just want y'all to take that heed of why, we come on here and try to give you a positive show and try to keep these kids uplifted. Like I said, I think I called each one of my players today just to tell them I love them, because, like I say, you just don't know. But to his parents and for his dad to come out and tell y'all, talk to your kids. Be a parent. Talk to your kids. Don't let them keep telling you they okay, because it just might not be that way. So make sure that you talk to your kids and get an understanding. Like I say, I had a long conversation with mine today just to make sure that he was good, even though I felt like he was, but you just never know. But go ahead, JR.
Yeah, I'm playing catch up, man. I've been grill master all day, putting things together for the family. But Coach Dre, you left off on Kyron Lacey, man. I just got a chance to catch up on some of the news. I know it came out earlier, very, very early in the day. The young man, I believe he took his life from some reports of what's being said. That he took his life, sadly, in Houston, my city. But like Coach Dre said, you never know what somebody's going through personally. There's a running joke that I would usually have with my coworkers while I was actively on active duty service. We would look at each other, and they call them wingman checks, but we would look at each other, and I would say to one of my peers, and I would say, would you tell me if everything's okay? Like if your house was burning down, would you tell me if your house was burning down? And then they would look at me and be like, no, because the mission means so much more. And put that in retrospect, it's like we as people, we fight through so much, especially as Black men. We fight through so much because the stigmatism around getting help or asking for help, it puts us in a mind state, or it puts us in a frame of picture work to say that you're weak. And that's never the case, right? The mantra of it takes a village to raise a child, it takes a village to raise anyone, whether it be child, young adult, elder, it takes a village. Often when the elders are elders, who takes care of the elder in the Black community? The younger children, right? So it always takes a village. So Coach Dre hit it on the head. Talk to your people, love upon your people. Tell them how much you love them. Tell them how much you appreciate them. I came out last episode and I said, BWatts, thank you for being a mentor in this space, for creating a space for men to come on and talk sports and not be in a negative light. And a lot of people gave me flack for that. Like, oh, you call them a mentor. I mean, it's okay to give somebody their flowers. It's okay to do that. So my heart goes out to the Lacey family, man. Who knows what was weighing heavily on his heart, but the outcry of support to his family and the well wishes and the prayers, it goes a long way. It tells you about the young man's character and the unfortunate situation of his death. It's never going to sit well with anyone. And I know he was going through legal troubles and things like that. I won't speculate to what may have caused it, but caused him to take his own life. But just know that it's never too late for anyone to get any help at any stage of your life. I am very well versed in healthcare, albeit I'm a PT, OT, physical therapy type of guy, but it's never too late to get any help. So that's one of the questions that we often ask people. Do you have any suicidal or homicidal thoughts? And people often look at me like, why are you asking me that? I'm here to rehabilitate my body. But that's the question you ask because you never know in what arena someone will bring up a situation. And my job is to direct those people to another echelon of care that could properly take care of them. So again, salute to that. Salute to the Lacey family. That is terrible news to hear. But yeah, that weighs heavily for me as a black man. That weighs heavily because the young man had a lot to live for and a bright future ahead of him. And it's just a very unfortunate event. But for Colorado in the Sincere Brown situation, did we get him? The way I'm listening to it, did he sign? Or I know he was in the area, so he was in the area. He signed or he committed.
He committed. He ain't signed. He just committed.
He haven't signed yet. Transfer portal not open yet, so he's committed. Look, I don't want to toot my own horn, BWatts, but I was right. Uncle Steve, I was right. Coach Dre, I was right. Look, I said we needed somebody 6'4", 6'5". We needed a bigger target. And that's just to open up the dynamics of the offense, right? You're looking for a big target to complement the weapons that you already have. Whoa, what?
Time out, man. Right? Come on, time out. You don't want to toot your horn, but you tooting your horn. Come on, dude. Let's say I'm going to toot my horn because my head is swole. That's what I do. But you're going to come on here. I'm not going to toot my horn, but I'm going to toot my horn. Man, stop it. Don't say what you're going to say and make it a minute or so because you 15 minutes in. Come on, man.
Look, I'm trying to play catch up again. I don't want to say I'm right. I'll allow BWatts to say that because he owed me one. BWatts, go ahead. He ain't going to say it, y'all. But look, it's great to have a young man of his measurables, right? Coach Dre, Uncle Steve, and BWatts hate when I use that word measurables. But it's great to have a young man with those measurables. We're talking about a 6'5" guy, around 195. That was his last listed weight. He's probably put on a little bit more weight since then. But we're talking about a guy with speed and a great catch radius. That's something that's going to open up the dynamics of the offense. And I'm excited to see how he's incorporated into the offense and how that pushes the other guys that's already in that room to be even better. That's what I got for you, BWatts. It's back to you.
This dude talked 14 minutes and really didn't say nothing. But he did get condolences to the family. Yeah, he did do that, boy. He ain't said nothing there. He talked 14 minutes. It's just like Steve. Hey, Steve. Hey, Coach Ray. I had a dream about JR. Well, I ain't gonna say no dream. I was thinking about JR. I was old. I'm trying to catch up with my partners. Yeah, Steve. Yeah. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You know, I don't retire. I'm old. I'm drawing my Social Security. And I thought about Steve. I was thinking about Coach Dre. And then I got down to JR. And Steve, I was thinking, I told Coach Dre, I said, Coach Dre, we got to go. Because I'm thinking we all stand in the same city. I said, Coach Dre, we got to go check on JR. I ain't heard from JR. And when we pulled up to the house, Steve, when we pulled up to JR house, we saw JR out there playing basketball with Reverend Nelson. And here's the video that I ran across. That reminds me, I told Coach Dre, me and Coach Dre sitting in the truck. Steve pulled up. I'm sending up a story. Steve pulled up and said, "Hey man, what's going on? BWatts, I've been trying to call you." I said, "I went and picked up Coach Dre. Who coming to check on JR?" And Reb out here in the parking lot, they shoot basketball. Remember, we 80 years old. And here we go. Listen to Steve in the background. Steve said, "Lord, this gonna be the longest game I ever seen." And JJ going to 3. Here go the
boy, this
video.
game finna
This
go.
about to be the
They finna
longest
play 1-on-1
game
going to
to
3.
just 3 points in history.
Whoever hit three first, you go play some defense on him. You said what? Defense. You got to put some. Yeah, make a move on him, Dad. Just give him that head fake. There you go. Pop, you better get ready, because Daddy finna get ready to score on you. That's what I want. He finna take you to the hoop. Take him, jump. All right, that's a good move there. I got it. All right.
Okay.
Whoa. Who was the younger fella in that video? Because that's me. I'm at least 20 years to the senior of Reverend BJ Nelson. At least 20 years younger. I saw him. Who was the younger one in the video?
You got to make a move on him, young. Coach Ray said, "You got to make a move now, young." And Reb just sitting down. "What you want me to do? What you want me to do?" He said, "Give him a head fake. Give him a head fake." JR said, "Whoa, what?" Then Coach Ray said, "Whoa, what a move that was." Hey, that was my funny the other day. But check this out. This is the rotation we're going to stay in. We're going to keep it like that. We're going to start with JR. I don't want him to go that long no more. Then we're going to go with Coach Dre. Then we'll go with Steve on everything. All right. When we look at the wide receiver room, I noticed, I played some clip yesterday. Coach Pat Sherman finna get in his bag. I seen they using 2 running backs in the backfield at time. They using 2 tight ends on the field at one time by adding Sincere Brown. If we go to a 3 wide receiver set, which 3 wide receiver would you like to see on the field majority of the time? Start me out, JR.
Yeah, if we go with a 22 personnel or a 12 personnel package or 11 personnel package specifically, those 3 wide receivers that I like to see on that field. Look, I'm gonna say this: the guys that's already there, Omarion Miller, my guy JoJo, and then give me Isaiah Hodge. Those are the guys that I would want to see on the field. Look, Sincere gonna have to come in and work himself into the rotation. It is what it is. You got to earn the spot. That's what it is, BWatts. So it's to you, Uncle Steve.
You know, and since you were in the military, JR, you know, you were given instructions by your mentor, and you can't follow. But I can. I'm gonna follow instructions because it was 1, 2, and 3, but you went and put 1, 3, and 2. But that's fine. I'm gonna go. Now with those 3 receivers, this is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. And you're really gonna have 4 receivers in there. The way CU is gonna do it, they're gonna have Sincere Brown. They're gonna have Well, this is what I'm looking at. They're gonna have Sincere, and Hodge, basically, when they're doing it. Or they're gonna have Sincere, the Williams, and Hodge in that Hodge in the slot. The reason I say they're gonna have 4 receivers is this here. You're gonna have Draylon Miller or Cam in the backfield. And if you have one of them in the backfield with your other running back, that counts to me as 4 receivers all day because their skill set is receiver. So when you're doing it, it looks good, and it's going to be a problem because with that problem is you're thinking, we got 3 receivers. Now you're going to have a linebacker on another receiver who's a legit receiver that they got back and running back. It's going to cause issues. Colorado has things going on now in which it is going to be issues for another team to guard them, to defend them, because you got a running quarterback, you got an additional back in the backfield who can play wide receiver, and you have speedsters and big guys on the edges out there, on the outside. That is problems. And what you also have is this, BWatts, regardless of who, I don't care who starts, this is what I'm saying for the receivers. You're going to have somebody behind them. For example, if you have Miller and you have Williams and you have Sincere, you're going to have Hodge, you're going to have Farrakhan X, you're going to have Q, you're going to have other players sitting back there like, I'm ready. I'm ready. You're going to have Wilson when he gets healthy. You got, and they ain't counting Timmons. You got people back there that are biting their tongue, and Draylon Miller. You got people saying, hey, I'm him. So I like it. I like it's going to be very competitive. I don't care who goes out now, because you have it where it's going to be competitive and you're going to have them fighting to get on the field. It's great to me. Competition. It's to you, Coach Dre.
I think it's going to depend on where we is on the football field. If we're in the red zone, I want the big bodies. I want Miller. I can put, if we in the red zone, I can put Sincere in the slot and go with JoJo or Farrakhan X at the other receiver. If we in the, like at the beginning of the middle of the field, I like Hodge, and right now I'll go with JoJo. I'm with JR. I'm not just gonna put Sincere in there just because we signed him. He got to come in here and show us that he can do what he do, just like everybody else. So I agree that we got a great guy with great experience, but right now he's gonna have to come in here and work, because what JoJo has shown and what Farrakhan X has shown is they some good outside receivers. Hard solidified in the slot with Draylon, with Cam McHale, with and with Gibson. Then outside with Timmons and whoever else. But I think it just depends on where we at in the football field and what down the distance it is. And I think that's what y'all gonna see. It's gonna be a heavy rotation of anywhere from 6 to 8 receivers. A heavy rotation of anywhere from 6 to 8, especially if we in the 11 and the 12 personnel a lot of the times instead of the 10 personnel. So that, I just think it depends on who it is. But again, I believe it's Sincere, but he got to come in and show us he want to work and show us he gonna earn his spot. So right now, if I had to go with 3, it'd be Hodge and JoJo.
All right. I'll do my take on tomorrow, but press for time. But just to give you my 3, it's gonna be Sincere Brown, it's gonna be Omarion Miller, and it's gonna be Isaiah Hodge in that slot. Draylon gonna have packages in the backfield. Let's see. And from what I'm hearing, they're going out to one more wide receiver. We'll see how that come out. But when you look at the offense, when it comes to the running game, which running back you expecting? JR, Coach Dre, no matter what Jay say, get the order. JR, Coach Dre, then Steve. All right. No matter what JR say. All right. Yeah. You want me to play that video again? How it gonna be? Yeah. You keep on look like you there now. But when you look at the running back room, since we missing one, y'all think we need another running back out of transfer portal, or y'all good where we at? And what would be your 3-man rotation of the order of the running back? JR.
Definitely. Look, we spoke about it at nauseum last week, BWatts. I think the running back room still needs to run another running back. When you talk about experience, there's only one guy. There's truly only one guy that has the experience, and that's DH. You look at the rest of the guys, like Draylon was on the field a lot, but was he on the field a lot as a running back, right? Same thing. Cam Michael, he didn't touch the field last year, so you may be incorporating him into that room, but yet there's no experience there. Charlie speaks for himself. Charlie, the Rudy Rudiger of CU football, no experience behind him. Oh, what? Come on, Coach Dre. It's true. He the Rudy of CU. And then you got Michael Welch. Michael Welch had snaps last year, but again, we're talking about experience. Running back is a very violent position. You're gonna get banged up. It's gonna occur. I'll bring it to you again. Last year, at one point in time, both IA and Hayden was out. We had Shadur and Travis and everybody else to have the offense continuously be successful. But in my opinion, if we look to lean on the running game a little bit more this year, with more snaps at the running back position, it's the potential for more injuries. And that's what I'll say there. So yes, in my opinion, I believe we need to look to bring somebody else in just to for sure shore up the room and give us that flexibility in case multiple injuries occur throughout the season in that room. And it's muscle memory, BWatts, because typically on Sunday, Coach Dre goes last. But it's to you, Coach Dre.
Yeah, I agree. It just depends on what you like. Right now, Marshall came out and told you he's going to use the two-back system. Two backs that's going to really be featured. Right now, that would be Dallin, Hayden, and Hood for me, with Welch in the mix. So, do we really need to go get another back? Yeah, like my brother said, JR, for experience, yes, but again, you come in here behind the 8 ball because Hayden has shown you that he can run the ball between the tackles hard, get those hard yards, and then you bring in Hood, and when he hit that hole, it's something different. It's something different. When he hits it and it explodes, he can drop the shoulder, and then when we go to that two-back, I believe Welch is going to be back there with whoever else the other back is. So that's what I like. I like a bigger, heavier back, and he can tote the ball in between the tackles. He can block. So I do believe we're going to go get another back. I don't think that we had to, so I wouldn't be upset if we didn't. But I do think we're going to get another back just because, again, because what we always say, the competition. You don't want nobody to feel comfortable. You don't want nobody in that room to say, hey, I'm the guy, I'm comfortable, I don't got to work that hard, I can just do this. And then, like you say, I don't think we had a bad running back room last year. I just think we couldn't stay healthy. Hayden had a good game, he got hurt. IA had a good game, he got hurt. Welch had a good game, he got hurt. Like, that's just how it went last year. So, we just need to make sure that we work hard this offseason. And I think us having Coach Swayze, that's going to help us a lot in the running back room. I think we're going to get one BWatts, but if they don't, I won't be upset.
Well, Coach Dre and JR, I think you nailed it when you made your comments. If I know anything about Coach Prime, what they said was this: if a body leaves out, we're going to bring a body in to replace him. A body left out. And if that body left out, I see them bringing another body in. And it just makes too much sense. When you look at running backs, just like you looked at receivers, we lost 4 receivers in one game. With running backs, we lost 2 running backs in one game. You just cannot depend on. And the next thing you have is this one here. We don't have a proven running back that has done it for the entire year, that has been a cowbell for the entire year. When you don't have that, you're going into a lot of uncertainties. And with that, what I'm going to do, I'm not going in and saying I need to go get me a running back that's 1,000-yard runner, blah, blah, blah. What I will tell you is this here. It is going to be some 1,000-yard runners coming out. Now, they might be a smaller division. And I like me looking at it. If y'all go and look at what happened last year, those running backs that played in a smaller division that came up, they were lights out. They had very good years. So what I'm looking at, I see a running back that showed out in a smaller division coming up, because what y'all need to realize is this one here. If y'all don't know anything, let me throw a surprise. That portal is going to be cooking. It ain't even open. And it's sizzling right now. It is going to be cooking. And BWatts, let me tell you this. Let's give Sincere Brown and Xavier Hill props. They are smart. Whoever's talking to them are brilliant. You don't wait till the portal open and put your name in there because you're behind the curve. You going to a team that needs you. You're getting the price that you want. You're getting a team that you want, and you getting it early. So I'm already set. I can have everything set up at that place. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get on the field. I'm ready to get my books. Everybody else, you behind the curve now because when you come out, now you're going to get hit with all of these checkbooks. I want to get you this. It's too much. It's too much. So I'm going to give them credit on that. But get back to the running backs is this one here. We're bringing in a running back. Get ready. I think with this running back, they're just going to make the room more competitive, and you need it. You need these running backs to feel uncomfortable. But the key is this, Coach Dre and JR. Coach Prime them needs to bring somebody in that's responsible, that's not selfish, and that's coming in to be a team player because I just hate to tell y'all, Coach Prime them, they going to sit you on that bench. And they want to see how you act. It's going to be players you like, man, why ain't, like, for example, my man that put the medical tent up, why ain't he playing at linebacker? It was 3 games before he got out there, basically where he was starting. And I'm just saying, as a running back, you can't come in there with your, oh man, I can't believe it. You're not going to be in Colorado. You better come in and you better be selfless and realize that they might sit you down, but wait your turn and show them in practice, and you go from there. Back to you, BWatts.
Yeah, I hear y'all, but I'm going with Deion Hayden, JR. Like I said from the jump, he gonna be that bell cow running back. And you asked me a month ago, maybe 2, will we have 1,000-yard rush? Yeah, he gonna be Deion Hayden. They don't identify who they bell cow running back gonna be. They ain't gonna be no 3 and 4 running back. It's gonna be Deion Hayden, and it's gonna be Brandon Hood gonna relieve. That's the way it's gonna go, and you gonna see. You gonna come back and say, BWatts, like you always have. You keep saying, BWatts, you've been telling me. Michael gonna get some burn. He gonna get some burn. Do I think they're gonna go in the transfer portal and get one? Me personally, they don't need one. They don't need one. Because you got to see what these guys can do, really. That's what I'm looking at. And then you still can't overlook Charlie, the way Charlie looking. Then they don't put Cam Michael back there. He needed somewhere to go. He's an athlete. That's the way I see it, and I'm going to stand on it. The way Deion Hayden is running that football, Coach Wade gonna put about 15 to 20 pounds on him. Boy, he's running that thing like, boy, he look like he want the high the way he running in practice. They were scared to hit him. I was showing you some video. They were scared to come up and hit him. Yeah. Hey, DJ McKinney could have came up and hit him. He just let him win. Yeah, that boy now running that thing like a truck. You want to see the video, JR? Oh, I don't show it enough. I tell you what. This one on me. Yeah, you need to see it. Do you need to see it?
Run.
Where you going? Back to back. That's what it like. What's finna come.
You got to tap that. Yeah. That's got to be up. That's up. Yes, man, running. Come on. Third down. Come on, D.
Why you trying to tell everybody IA? That's why he left. He saw what was in front of him, boy. That boy played at Ohio State. Ohio State. As a freshman, almost 600 yards. He that bell cow, whether you like him or not, or you just don't like, because I said he is him. He's him. Now, JR, also, when you look at the offensive line, they brought in another offensive line, Xavier Hill. Now, you keep hearing things that he's going to be playing left guard. I don't know. I didn't ask him about it. But where he came from, Memphis, he was playing right guard and right tackle. I think that was a important pickup for Coach Prime in the offensive line. I heard they want 2 more. So we're going to see on that. When you look at this pickup, y'all let me know what y'all think about Xavier Hill.
Yeah, look, if you look at the if you believe in PFF grades and all of that stuff, he grades out very well for coming from the University of Memphis. So if you believe in that stuff, that's good. Obviously, they went and they CU attacked the portal and specifically wanted this young man or brought him in early so they can bring him into the fold and question him and ask him about how he sees himself fitting into the program, because it was a position in the area of need. Whether it be guys on the shelf right now, like Phillip Houston's hurt, Kareem Harden's hurt, like you got multiple guys hurt, and then you've already seen what those previous guys produced last year. So the thing is to get better, right? To get better. So if you're getting this much better, you're getting better. If you're getting 1% better, you're getting better. So they improved the roster. Can he come in and immediately, start? That's a strong possibility. But they went after him for a reason, because it's a position of need. And then to fill out the room with more depth. Hopefully you don't lose guys in this upcoming portal from the offensive line, because depth is still a thing. Just like the running back room, BWatts. That's why I said potentially bringing in a running back, not to start over anybody, but just for depth. It's to you, Coach Dre.
We gonna say this every time we get on here. It's only two guys on this offensive line that's pinned in as starters: Zach Chrysler, Jordan C. So everybody else, you got to come get it. The kid from Memphis, he's a great kid. He's dominated where he's been at. I like the way he works. He looks like he wants to come in, and then like we were saying, these kids didn't play around in the portal. They didn't sit there and wait on this and see who was gonna offer that. Hey man, let me get in here so I can know where I'm gonna go, get my feet in here so I can go to work. I love our offensive line coaches. I see the great work they're doing. If you think that these guys can't develop offensive linemen, you better look at Flapjack. You better look at Flapjack, because that kid is out there. He playing his behind off. McGill's looking good. Yo-Yo looking good. Like JR said, I don't want to lose anybody in that room. I hear what people say. Hey, Coach Dre is a Tyler Brown guy. Do I still rock with Rock? That's my guy. You get what I'm saying? I understand that we had some issues last year, but going guard to tackle, that can weigh on the kid. I think him just playing guard is helping him out right now. But we're in a good spot. I believe we're going to get 2 to 3 more. I believe we got to get 2 more tackles. I think we got enough guards. I think we just need to get 2 more tackles, just guys that have played tackle, not guys that played combo. I just want some guys, me personally, I just want some guys that have played the tackle position. And so if we get that, my number is always anywhere from 16 to 20 guys on the offensive line roster, because you heard JR just spill out how many kids are hurt. Cash, Harden, Houston, the kid that we got that we haven't seen yet from Texas. He's my sleeper right now, because I haven't seen it. We've seen everybody else that came in. We haven't seen the kid from Texas A&M yet. So hopefully he comes in here and he's hungry. I'm impressed with what we got from the freshman. So I think we get 2 or 3 more, but those 2 or 3 need to be just tackles, because I think we got enough guards and centers to go around. I think we need just 2 more tackles, and I'll feel real good. Go ahead,
When you're talking about somebody from old Mississippi, that old M.I. crooked letter, humpback guy, the guy, this is what I like. He was decisive, and not only was he decisive, he has numbers. He has experience. And he's made his conference 2 years in a row, all conference 2 years in a row. So when you're dealing with someone with those kind of credentials, just like Chrysler, he did the same thing. You're dealing with someone who's coming in that's proven, that has played at a high level, that when you play at LSU, you can say whatever you want to. That says something. And then you come to Memphis and you played very well in some big games. It says something about you. What I like is this. The running backs are going to look good because they're going to have some people, some road graders in front of them that's making holes. If you can create a hole, you don't have to be that talented to be a running back if you got a hole. And that's what you're going to have. You're going to have now some players that can create holes. What you also have is this one here. You're making your quarterbacks comfortable because your quarterback is going to be comfortable now because you're providing him with an opportunity. We're going to let your running backs have an opportunity to run the ball, which is going to slow the pass rush up and then provide him an opportunity to go over the top. But let me get back to my big offensive lineman. Coach Dre, you nailed it every time. We need tackles. We need tackles. And if you're going to get tackles, right now, if I'm what Coach Prime they're probably doing, looking at a lower division, I would look at one lower division, and in that lower division, get a tackle that was all conference because they're coming in the portal. We got a couple Cloud and a couple other ones that's already coming that's going to be in the portal. Look at those people, all conference that played just tackle. Then get those players on top of what you have. And what I say is this one here. Why would you leave Colorado when you're being developed? You're provided an opportunity. And if you paid attention, Benson, Myers, Rock, then you replaced your center last year. That's 4 players that were gone. And then Houston got injured. So that's 5 players that were gone, basically. So that's 5 people had to replace them. Why would you leave? You're going to get an opportunity as a tackle, a guard, or a center. Just sit your tail there, get better, and be ready when your number is called. You go to another place, those coaches aren't invested in you. You're just a number. Let me say again, you got 3 coaches that I guarantee you that are invested in you. Because if you do well, you're going to help them recruit better, and you also going to help them with productivity on the field. Stay your butts where you at and quit listening to people that aren't going to tell you what's real. Sit your butt down and get better. Because if you get better, you play. Coach, because you're getting graded. Let's say this again, BWatts. You're getting graded every practice. How can you argue with Coach Prime when you have to give a grade and your coach is giving a grade? Now, if you ain't making a grade, what are you getting mad at the coach for? That's a you problem. That ain't a Coach Prime problem. That's a you problem. Sit your butt down and get better. If you ain't go get better, go home. That's what I tell people. Back to you, BWatts.
Yeah, you're right about that grade. Every time Coach Prime said something in that morning meeting, when y'all come out here and grade them right. And when you leave, you know you're going to be calling for that favor from your position coach. And you know we ain't going to lie. So that's what he be saying. But Uncle Steve, you said that right on time, man. I want to say special thanks to everybody that's in the chat. It's so many of y'all in there. I got tired of clicking. So, but we appreciate y'all tonight. Just let y'all know I'm not overlooking y'all. You know, whenever I have Steve and JR, Coach Dre on the same show, everybody show up. So, hey, appreciate y'all, everybody in the chat. And if you're not in the chat, we appreciate y'all for tuning in tonight. Appreciate y'all. I want to appreciate Steve and JR also joining the panel. I saw something this weekend off the pregame show. I told you, JR. I keep telling you, JR. I kept telling Steve too. They ain't want to listen. But next Sunday, Steve gonna be the host. I want to be the one to come behind Coach Dre. So I'm gonna stop some of that he's talking about. I told you, JR. See, y'all scared to put that pressure on. I want to put some pressure on him next Sunday. He ain't hosting. I want Steve to host. I want to come behind Coach Dre and put some pressure on him. But check this out, JR. I told you I wasn't happy about that safety position, and I'm still not. I love CC. You know it. I love CC. Yeah. Don't put 2 smiles and now put 3 because I'm coming at him next Sunday. But check this out. JR, that safety position. Neely put that camera up the linebacker. That linebacker. You know it, 925. He said it. I didn't say it. He said it. Boy, they got me playing that box safety. I said, boy, they got a hit hunter back there. When you look at that safety, what y'all thoughts of Webster playing in that safety position? Let me hear what y'all got to say. Throw me out there.
My initial thoughts are he need to be on the field. He's a player. He is what I consider to be a dynamic talent. The young man is very talented. Yes, is he a tweener? Is he your ideal linebacker? Maybe not. When it comes to size and all of those things like that, measurables, right? Is he your ideal safety? No, but he's a great athlete. And what you do is you find a way to get great athletes on the field. Now, let me rephrase that. Great athletes find their way to get on the field. And so for Baby Webster, 2.5, he's finding his way to get on the field. You can't keep talent like that on the sideline. Now, whatever plan CU has for him, whether that's he's playing there because of injury or they're bringing him into the fold because they want to see him on the field and test out certain things in the spring, that's great. He's going to make the best of his opportunity on the field regardless of where they put him. And so I just hope the coaching staff, which I believe they do, they have the best for him, but having a good plan in place for him to be as successful as possible when he's on the field, because he's going to make it happen. So I like it. We'll see what comes of it. They can obviously just be trying out some things, and he could be back at linebacker come the fall or whatever the case may be. But I like it. You can't keep talent like that on the sidelines. You got to have that on the field. It's to you, Coach Dre.
What can you say? Again, that's for you people in the back that say our coaches can't coach and they can't do this or they can't identify what's going on. Y'all keep talking. We appreciate you. This comes from not having enough bodies.
Okay,
Preston Hodge is hurt. Vickers, my guy Vickers, is getting healthy, but he's not there. And you don't have enough. RJ has already said he'll be departing the University of Colorado. So we don't have the bodies right now at safety. You have Tafik Byers, Carter Stoudemire, and I think they moved Hollywood back there, and you got Ben. That's what you had. So what's better to do than to give a kid with the speed, the athletic ability to play down in the box, because that's all Preston Hodge is doing. So let's see if we put this kid out here and let's see what he can do. And that's what a good coach do. You take your best. So, okay, who been thriving in the spring? JB, no, we can't put JB down there. Hughes, we can't put Hughes down there. Oh, we can put Webster down there. And we definitely can't put 37 out there. He can play linebacker, but we ain't putting 37 at safety. So you go in that room, you find out, okay, we can put 25 out there. He can cover. He can come down and hit. In the well-off video, I know you say you ain't too thrilled about it, but go back to about 8 minutes and 51 seconds into the well-off video. You see my guy, number 11, Tafik Byers, he come down and bang 7. I mean, he banging. So we all right at safety. Carter Stoudemire out there getting picks. So we all right. I feel we need to get another one. Vickers will be back in the summer. He working hard right now. We still gonna get us another one, but I think you worried because we just don't got the numbers, and it don't look. I would be scared right now too if I didn't think that we know we're gonna get Hodge back. We know we're gonna get the Vickers back now, but I will still go out, and I like the kid from Auburn right now. If I'm them, the kid that just hit the portal for the University of Auburn. And then there was another kid just hit the portal before we came on. I will try to go get them. But I think we are okay. But that was a great move to get that kid. That was a great move to get that kid on the football field and to see what he can do. Because if he show you he can play there, now we got a problem. We got a good problem. We don't have a problem. We have a good problem. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hold on before you go. Let me clear what Coach Ray met Savion Riley, not R.J. Johnson getting the portal, y'all.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Savion Riley. I'm sorry, guys. Not R.J. R.J. gonna be playing a lot. Not him. I meant Savion Riley. I'm sorry, guys. Please forgive Coach.
Thanks, Coach, because and thanks, Rob the man, because you haven't, Coach, I'm like, everybody started looking on them, because when you say something, Coach Dre, people listen. Now, I'll say something, they might laugh.
That's why
Coach Dre say something.
That's why I'm coming behind him to help him. I'm going to get him right. Don't worry. I know he's going through a lot with he coaching his son. He trying to get him to the league. I know what's going on with him. That's why next Sunday, I got you, Coach Dre. I'm going to straighten you out tomorrow, next Sunday. Don't worry.
Hey, Coach Dre, you gonna beat the brakes off him. You're gonna have them out. Oh, let me get the mic. Steve, it's unfair. It's a timeout.
Steve.
Oh, you're letting Coach Dre go an extra minute.
Hey, Steve. Hey, Steve, you see this week he been doing this. He been doing the little salt thing when he talk about my linebacker. I killed them last week. He been doing the little salt thing all week. He thought I ain't caught him. I done caught him out every day this week.
He ain't right. Time out. Every time I say time out, hey, y'all, time out. Yeah, we catching on to you, BWatts.
Hey, he quick on that mic now. If you when you get on him, he time out. Let me say this here. Let me clear that. He mute you. He will mute you now. He got a little that big dog Chico on in him. He mute you when you getting on him. But let's go this way with Westers. This here, Coach Dre and JR. You said it. Coaching is paramount. If you're a coach, and let's go with Wester with this, his brother as the wide receiver, to have him as a mentor for his younger brother, the mindset, Wester's IQ is on another level. If you listen to that young man, just pay attention to him on the sideline when they put the camera on how he's talking about the play getting ready to happen, or when he was in the game, he's explaining to you what he saw. It's letting you know he has a vision for football. He has all kind of talent. If you put him back in that box the way that you did Simeon Craig, and we do remember what conference we're in. We're in a running conference. We're in a conference in which last year they pounded the ball. Can you imagine Wester there? It's really like you got three linebackers. You got three linebackers in the game, and with three linebackers in the game with that kind of speed, now you got a different linebacker this time. You got big, fast, and speed on that, and you got powerful, because you going on there with that salter, that other salt shaker, he'll hit you too. In the military, we had something called Tent City, and let me educate you. Tent City was this. When we went forward, deployed, and we went to those third world countries, we didn't have a place to stay, so we put up medical tents. In Colorado, we got Tent City now. When you run that football, expect when we hit you, we setting up a tent. That tent is coming up and coming down so that you can be looked after. We gonna do that. It's gonna be Tent City, and every game, the people in Boulder need to start having numbers up for every time the tent go up. When the tent go up, we need to count, because that lets us know how many tents we putting up for that game. But getting back to Wester, I will tell you this. Wester needs to be on that field, because if they run in the football, in which this league does, why not have him there? He understands where he should go, and when he hitting you now, you got somebody who can really lay some pop on somebody. And when you can lay some pop on somebody in that box, what it does is now, what you're going to have now, you're going to have a free linebacker, because Wester's going to come up and make the pop, and that linebacker who you got, they should be blitzing. And if they're blitzing, you got his backup back behind him, a person that even if he misses, you got the cleanup man with Wester that's going to prevent any big play. I think it's brilliant to keep him on that field, because let me say this here, Wester got a fumble, a big fumble in the game. Wester has made some big plays. And if he's making big plays in limited time, you need to find a way to get him on the field. It's brilliant. Back to you, BWatts.
Yeah, I like that. I got Coach Dre. I'm coming. Give me 7 days from now. Check this out.
BWatts, are you going to have your Easter suit on? You know if you're going to have your Easter suit on?
Well,
I see you with an Easter suit with a feather coming out your hat. You know you're going to have it on. That's you.
Okay. JR, I apologize. That one you we put up on. Me and Coach Ray put up on Steve. 10 more minutes.
This game finna
this about to be the
finna
longest
play one-on-one going to
game to
3.
just 3 points in history.
Whoever hit three first, you go play some defense on him. You said what?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Defense. You got to put some. Yeah, make a move on him, Dad. Just give him that head fake. There you go. Pop, you better get ready, because Daddy finna get ready to score on you. That's what I want. He finna take you to the hoop. Take him, jump. All right, that's a good move there. I got it. All right.
See, that's the problem. You too busy with that doggone with the button.
It wasn't you. I forgot.
Too busy with the button. You're too busy with that button.
Steve, we put up. Coach Ray said. Coach Ray told Steve, you gotta give him a head fake. You gotta give him a head fake, and Steve did this. Yeah, they're gonna be the longest 3-point game ever.
Hey, we got a video. We got a video of you when you was up there with them snow bunnies and you had your Easter bunny suit on. So don't go saying too much now, Bunny Rabbit. Oh, look how you looking around.
Well, don't do that one. Don't do that.
You better get him in there. Happy home, man.
Okay, don't do that.
You got to edit that part out, BWatts. Uncle Steve trying to mess up a happy home.
Y'all finna shut down the whole production. Y'all keep it up.
Coach Ray, don't do that, Coach Ray. You supposed to be with them in your show. We kicked these two out. Them in your show. We let these two go. Boy, hey, they said let the devil sleep. Let the devil sleep, boy. Look at him. JR.
Hey, did you see how fast he turned around to make sure he wasn't going to get hit in the back of his head?
Check this out. When you look at Colorado roster right now, before the spring portal, what are some things they need to address going forward? Some positions or how many or whatever y'all thought is.
Yeah, as the roster is currently constructed, there's a few areas in need. I immediately think about the offensive line, the right side specifically. We dealt with a lot of injuries, so we don't really know what we got there when they're competing against our guys. So you're often looking to improve that area, especially over the past 2 years. It's just been a sort of a down spot for the team in general. So you look for that area. You're gonna look for some areas to bring in some depth behind the cornerbacks, defensive backs. You're gonna look for depth in those areas, and then you want to have as many athletes on the team as possible, because athletes make special teams special. That's the special part of special team, is getting in athletes. So O-line, probably some cornerbacks, safeties, things like that. But overall, you want athletes, because Coach Prime has said it year after year, special teams needs to be special. You brought in a specialist when it comes to a kicker and a punter. You brought those personnel in, but now you just want an abundance of athletes to make special teams special as well. That's what I got for you, BWatts. It's to you, Coach Dre.
When I looked at the roster the other day, I think we got 98 or 97 kids on the roster. We can be at 105. So right now we're under the 105 mark. You add these 2 kids that we just added, they just take the spot of so we probably about right at 98, 99, whatever. So we got some spots that we can fill. Again, I'm always tell you we need to get offensive linemen. we got to get a safety. We got to get a cornerback. You lost the running back, so again, if you go get a running back, that's cool. My brother BWatts say they might want another receiver. That's a lot. Somebody got to be leaving if we go get somebody else. And I believe you. I believe you. I just if we get somebody else, somebody got to be leaving because we'll be at like 12 or 13. And for me, a college roster with more than 12 to 14 receivers on, that's a lot. Linebacker is the position where I'm sitting here wondering, do we go get one? If don't nobody leave. If everybody stay intact. So that's saying the young boys stay intact and just get the coaching. Do you go get a kid who coming in the portal who needs to play? Because y'all, that's what you got to understand about these kids in the portal. These kids jumping in the portal, they leave because they ain't playing. They ain't leaving because they, the other ones, like your boy from Tennessee, okay, they leaving for money. But most of these kids are leaving because they ain't playing, right? And so we don't want kids, again,
Right.
how many kids are selfless? How many kids are selfless like that to say, I was playing, or like you say, he was playing at a lower level. He's trying to move up so he can get draft stock and stuff like that. But I come from playing. Now you talking about I got to come in here and work my way up. And again, 50, 42, 41, 25, and 37. When he get off the bus, I just don't see it. Unless one of these young boys, decide that they're going to hit the portal, that opens up a roster spot, then I can see it. But I expect us to get 2 or 3 linemen, a running back, a corner, and a safety. And like JR say, some kind of athlete, a guy that can give us multiple things, some kind of athlete. So that's what I'm expecting. Go ahead,
Coach Dre, you nailed it. Everything you say, I'm in 100% agreement with you and JR. You nailed it. I would add a tight end in there. I need me an experienced tight end. Me personally, I'm just saying me, because I love Atkins, but if Atkins get injured, I'm sitting there and I can't run the offense the way I want to run it. I need a tight end that I can get in there, and that tight end has played, that can get to them spots, that can catch that football, but can also block. That's just me, because I want a dynamic offense that my tight end gonna dictate things, and then I can put my running back out there and make him an option also. So that's me with the tight end. I'll also say this one here. I think we're gonna probably have 6 or 7 people leaving. And if you have 6 or 7 people leaving, they got to be replaced. I don't know who those 6 or 7 are, but just like you said, if people ain't getting their playing time, or they, for example, are being told the wrong things, that's why I just don't let. To me, if I'm in a place in which they're showing me my tape, I'm grading myself, and I get the opportunity, I can't blame my coaches. I can't sit in there and blame them, because you are watching yourself on tape. You're being graded just like everybody else. Is as fair as you can get. I dictate how much I play. So I just need to get better. I need to work on the things to get better. So with that being said, your offensive line, to me, I'm going offensive line tackles. I'm going because I haven't seen what I need to see out of Otis as far as dominant. I'm going to get me another defensive tackle, because I need people. I ain't saying nowhere else on there, but I want a big, if I can find me a big defensive tackle. This ain't no knock on Otis or Barnes or anything else. But I want to, when I come off the bus, if injuries or something occur, I want to have some stoppers to free my linebackers up. And then if Wester moves out and is going to be playing safety, I'm bringing in experienced linebacker. That's just me. I need a linebacker to stabilize my defense, because to me, this team their success is going to be determined on the defense. I need my defense to set the tone and to settle the game down and make it easy for the salt shaker, because what we're not going to say this year, the salt shaker needs to be our savior. He's not. Our defense is going to be just like Jackson State defense was, a top-notch defense, And if we kill those penalties like we should be getting off the field on third downs and getting started so that K-Saw can do his thing. So that's what I look at, BWatts. We're in a great position. What we still don't know is this. Two players might change, because when the portal comes out, we might have some players come out like, man, we can't turn this down. Because I can tell you right now, Marshall Faulk, I can promise you, is going to get a running back that he wants. And we're going to see him come to see you. He is going to get his running back. He got him in that room, but what Marshall Faulk is going to get him, the one he selected, to come in that room. Back to you, BWatts.
Okay. Steve, well, you said six gonna leave Colorado?
Yeah, I see six leaving East, because you got to realize they get it with Colorado. It's gonna be some people who are really walk-ons when they leave. They're gonna make the announcement. Oh, this person that they ain't even starting not one game. I ain't say starters. You're gonna have BWatts, you got to ask you. You're gonna have people leave, because when they get their grades, and Coach Prime is gonna tell some players what this here. Some players might not be doing what they're supposed to in the classroom. Some players might not have the attitude that Coach Prime wants. They might be lazy on that field. Coach Prime is going to tell them you don't have a spot. And when Coach Prime tells you don't have a spot, they might not be leaving voluntarily. They might be leaving because they haven't done what they're supposed to do. Coach Prime is not playing, man. He is not going to let players sit around and ruin his team. Because if you let a cancer stay in your room that ain't coming in and handling their business, and I got to argue with you every week, no, I'm cutting you. You got to go. That's just what I see. Back to you, BWatts.
All right. East Coast Cavs. Appreciate y'all for the super chat. That's $5. We need 2 more DBs, 2 more safety, 2 more D Tigers. I'm not sold on Otis or Barnes. We need a Shadur 2.0. All right, JR. Then we'll go to Coach Dre.
Coach Dre has something to say, BWatts. Coach Dre has something to say, BWatts.
Oh, I just got a question. So that 4 to 6 is with the guys that already left, or 4? You saying 6 more after the 2 that already left?
I'll count the 2 that left. I'll say 4 more.
Okay. I agree with that. I'll go with 4 more with the 2 that already left. Yeah, I'll go for that. Yeah.
Okay. That's where they gonna go?
Be stuck in the portal.
I mean, he said so. He said
people don't leave.
Well, he's saying 4 more.
He said 6
already left. Yeah, but he counted.
Okay.
He counted Isaiah and the other, and the DB and the cornerback. I mean the safety. So he's saying 4 more. I can see that.
Okay.
I can see.
What about you, JR?
I can see 4 more.
Yeah, I mean, probably be somewhere around like 2 to 3 more people would leave. You got to think Sam Hart left already, so that's the third guy if you want to count him, right? I think he saw the field maybe once last year. So 3 scholarship players have left the program with my guy IA, and then you get Savion Riley, and then you got Sam Hart. So that's 3 scholarship positions that's open right now. So, I mean, it could be potentially 2 to 3 more people. I don't want to call any names like BWatts. I don't want to put no names out there because I don't want nobody to leave. But, BWatts good at that because he was calling for IA to leave since the season ended last year. And unfortunately, he left. BWatts, you got what you wanted, right? So, I'm just calling it how I see it. I'm just giving you all that time, man. Look, after I had to say you was right by 2 or 3 times last week. Come on now. Come on. But, yeah, I can see, maybe 2 to 3 more guys leaving. And that'll put a total at 6, 4 to 6, something like that. Or 5 to 6.
I go with that.
At that point.
I go with that. I thought Steve was saying 6 gonna leave. I said, man, that's a lot. But hey, let's see what time it is. All right. I told Steve I'm gonna let him go. Let's see. Give him about 2 more minutes. Let's talk about Shadur. Shadur Sanders, the quarterback, his upcoming draft. Where you like him to go? Pittsburgh Steelers, or the New Orleans Saints? Start me out there.
Between one of those teams, I mean, I definitely prefer Pittsburgh. You know, being under the tutelage of Mike Tomlin, a great NFL coach, very long tenured NFL coach, got an established organization there at Pittsburgh. They truly seem to treat their players the right way. So I would say Pittsburgh, but ultimately, look, go to a team that's wanted, where he's wanted, because that's the biggest thing. Like these organizations, they put their money behind you, but outside of money, they want to believe in you. So go to an organization that believes in you and that's going to put you first, right? So if that's Pittsburgh, that's great, because I think that would be great for them. But if that's New Orleans, if New Orleans calls them first, then it's New Orleans. But ultimately, go to a place where they want you and they believe in you, and it's because once a lot of money is involved, the clock is short. So in the NFL, it stands for not for long. I don't see that for Shadur. I see Shadur having a very long career, but having somebody to help navigate, that outside of his father can definitely help him navigate that. But having someone in the building with you to help you navigate that, coaches, head coaches, etc., position coaches, everything like that, I think Pittsburgh would be the best fit. It's you, Coach Dre.
Coach Dre, it's just hard for me, Coach Dre, that Shadur don't be picked in the first or second pick, man. It's just hard for me to see that.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard, and I want people to stay patient. I don't want people to get disgusted and frustrated come draft night if that is what happens. What I believe is there's a lot of smoke and mirrors going on right now. Again, it's not no sweat off the Giants' back if the Giants draft him at 3 and they got 2 quarterbacks, because again, you can cut Jameis or Russ and it not be a cap hit. I just have a hard time seeing the Browns passing, but I can see it. But I told y'all a few weeks ago that if we get past that 3rd pick and the Giants don't take him, believe you me that the Pittsburgh Steelers are in a great position. They got enough to get up to get him. And the one thing we know is he likes stability. He likes consistency. And we know that the Pittsburgh Steelers give you that. We know we got a coach that's probably not going to be fired. You got DJ Metcalf. You got the other great receiver out there. You got a good defense. You know they a guy like Shadur Sanders. Remember now, Big Ben came in there as a rookie because they had what they needed and went to the dance. So Shadur is that type of quarterback, and he changes the trajectory for Mike Tomlin. But I just don't believe if they don't pull the trigger and get up in front of 9, he's not gonna get past the Saints. So the Steelers would have to get in front of 9 to get him, because I think that Kellen Moore and that Saints organization, they love him a lot. They like him a lot. What they're not going to do is be willing to trade up to – you have to give up something to try to get him. So we'll sit here at 9 and hope he falls to us. If he does, that great. If he don't, we'll go with whatever we was going to do before the talk and the rumblings start coming up that he could come here. So hey, Cleveland, I don't know what y'all thinking about if y'all pass on him. I understand what Deshaun talking about. Right. I like Deshaun. I like Deshaun. I know he say he getting healthy. He ready. He gonna be better than ever. That's great. And I know y'all owe him a lot of money. But it doesn't hurt for you to sign Shadur Sanders because he gonna be on a rookie contract. And we know you got to play him this year. We know Deshaun ain't playing this year. And if you get this kid and he goes out there, he changes your franchise. Hey, he's LeBron James all over again. He brings the life to the city. He brings money to downtown. People want to see number 2. The kids want to see him. Everybody wants to see him play. So Cleveland, unless you're taking Travis Hunter, I don't know what y'all doing. Unless you
Y'all
taking
either.
Travis Hunter, I don't know
That's
what
it.
you're doing. Go ahead,
And they building that new stadium.
Coach Dre, JR, y'all cooking with Crisco. This is what I'll tell you. If you want to keep your job and you turn down a generational quarterback, you will be fired the same year, because what's going to happen, all the GMs that pass on to will get fired, especially when they don't have a quarterback. Yes, they will. An owner is going to have to listen to all those people say, you had an opportunity. Bill Belichick would still be with New England if he would have drafted Lamar Jackson, but he failed to do so. He had an opportunity to do it. He wouldn't do it. Let's go again with this one here. Mitch Trubisky was drafted number 2 in the draft. Let's go. Mac Jones drafted at number 11 or 12 or whatever from New England. Let's go again. You got Jamarcus Russell was number 1 in the draft. I'm just telling you this here. You make a mistake and miss on your draft picks, you're going to get fired. Let's go here. JR and Coach, you said it fine. I could care less about him being drafted in the top 3 unless you are committed to providing him with an offensive coordinator that can really coach and put him in an offense that he can succeed. And what I mean is this one here. His offense is like a Pittsburgh Steelers offense. Pittsburgh need to get some offensive linemen too. They don't pay offensive linemen. They need to draft and build them up. But with that being said, I want to see him with a team with a good offensive line that has a strong run game. Play action off the run game and then throw the ball over the top, roll him to the right, those type of things, because he's very accurate. To me, the coaches for him are the boy from Miami, McVay, and the boy from San Francisco. And then if the Detroit Lions, well, that boy is bad too. The boy, that different Ben Johnson, whatever he is, those offensive minds are brilliant. I also like the Saints quarterback, Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore can dial it up a little bit too when you got a strong running game. So me saying all of that is this. I want a team that's committed to 2 and wants the best for him. Because if he doesn't get a team that's committed to him and we just trying this here, he's not going to get the contract that he wants on that second contract, because it'll turn out to be you could hurt quarterbacks when you don't put them in right situations. You can play them right out of league. You can get them hurt. So I want him to go somewhere that wants him, and the Saints or the Steelers are fine with me. I have no problem with either or. But listen to me on this, BWatts. If he's not drafted in the top 3, it's going to be a surprise team that's going to come up and go give away a little bit to get Shadur Sanders. You heard it here. Back to you, BWatts.
Yeah, I hope so. I'll just, I'm like Coach Dre, I've been saying this all along. If Shadur ain't the first 2, I even put you to 3 players picked in this draft, what are they doing, bro? What are they doing? What, they scared of Prime? If they don't win, Coach Prime gonna come and get their job? Or what? What is that what's going on? He gonna clean out the whole staff. He gonna clean out the whole staff and bring everybody from Colorado to this staff. So I'm gonna call this guy that be on Twitter. Hey, tweet this. Keep putting it out. Cause we don't win, Coach Prime come and get our job. That's just crazy, man. It's crazy. Cause them owners really, the ones you don't see, they really don't care about the team. That just play stuff. Somebody said something.
No, you right. You said the right thing, BWatts. That might be some of the reasons why some of these coaches don't want to draft him, because now the question is, he's already said the only way I come to the NFL if I can coach my sons. Well, we can get Shadur, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm looking over my shoulder, and like you say, you got the football heads. Hey, put this out. Hey, Coach Prime to such and such, and Coach Prime to such and such. Well, you secure for the next 2 years. You secure for the next 2 years in the NFL. You'd be secure for the next 2 years. But after that, then you probably will have to start listening. But a place like the Steelers or the Saints, I mean, Kellen Moore, I think Prime got a good relationship with him. He's a Cowboy guy, so that would be good. And you know how he feels about Mike Tomlin. Again, I don't want you guys jumping out the window if we get to 2 Thursdays from now and he ain't going after the 3rd pick. I know people gonna be hot. I know they're gonna be upset, but it's sometimes it's what's best because y'all will be even mad if we go to Cleveland and we getting our butts kicked every Sunday and he out there getting hit and y'all man, what we went to Cleveland for? Y'all shouldn't have drafted him. So y'all, we just gotta be patient so we can get the best situation. But I'm with you, Uncle Steve. If it's gonna look murky about pick 6, about pick 3 with the Giants, because I know it's a team that they wouldn't mind trying to put it together. Cleveland does have enough assets to draft Travis Hunter at number 2. And if y'all mess around and let this kid fall to like 9 or 10, they got enough assets to say, hey, let me. So that's another option for people. But I just want what's best for these kids. I ain't gonna tell y'all no lie. I'm so ready for the 24th to get here. I just want this day. I just want it to be over with. I'm ready for that whole weekend to be over with for all the boys, because the bashing that these young men have took because they went to the University of Colorado is ridiculous. So I'm just ready for it to be over with, BWatts. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I'm just ready for it to be over with.
All right, last question. We out of here. What's going on with Tennessee quarterback, JR?
Oh man, look, I'm a attempt to pronounce his last name, Nico Iamamalabe, maybe. Look, that's it. It's the nature of the game right now. In my opinion, I think he got some bad advice as far as looking to pursue more money. This young man was already a young man that was getting paid by the University of Tennessee when he was in high school. He was a 5-star composite prospect coming into Tennessee. Tennessee was paying him while he was in high school. So he negotiated a contract back then. Obviously, you know, things change now. There's more money in the NIL space or collective space for players to be paid. And somebody within his camp advised him to say, yeah, you can probably get more money. You see what these guys getting? You see what the guy that went from Tulane to Duke got? You see what the guy from Georgia to Miami got? You see what this guy left and got? So they're probably saying like, yeah, it's more money to be made. He put up some great stats. He got Tennessee into the college football playoff this year. And if he would have did this back in the winter portal, be like, look, I did this and then go in the winter portal, that probably would have been a smarter move. But trying to apply the pressure late, Tennessee was like, yeah, nah, you good, man. Go ahead and go about your business. So he'll land somewhere, but man, he got some bad advice, man. So salute to the young man. I'm all for it. Look, get what you feel that is owed to you. But if his team and him and his parents were to look at the situation again, if you were going to do that, should have did it in the earlier portal to say, hey, y'all probably should give me more money now and not wait until this last portal where the university got their back to the wall and they like, no, you're not bigger than the university, so you can just walk. That's my opinion. It's to you, Coach Dre.
Here's the crux of everything. You trying to hold these colleges hostage. These people went to bat for you. You were getting sued. All kind of stuff. Again, it's about the loyalty. What happened was you went to spring, like JR said. If you do this in the earlier portal, I don't think nobody has a problem. If you say, hey, I'm not coming back to school until we talk about this, I feel I should get such and such. I don't think it gets so much of a uproar. But because you've been to practice, right? You wait right up until the spring game to say, hey, we ain't negotiated a contract, and I think I need more money. Again, it goes back to what we talked about at the beginning of the show. The weight of the world weighs on these kids. Deion Sanders told you, these kids are getting money and parents are retiring. Parents are going into their job and say, hey, I'm done. I'm quitting. I ain't working no more. And you putting all this weight on these young men to carry the weight of the family. And that ain't right. Now this kid is getting wrong. And the worst thing I think they need to do is they still need to tell these collegiate kids they can't have agents. Because if y'all going to let these kids have agents, there's going to be tampering. Because you can't tell the school they can't talk to the agent. The rules only say you can't talk to the player. It doesn't say you can't talk to nobody in his representation. It just says you can't physically talk to the individual. So the guy with all the money up there that got the big O and the duck in his symbol, and anybody else with a checkbook, they can call his agent and be like, hey, what Tennessee offering? Also, that's another thing we got to think about. Spring practices are wrapping up, and there's some teams that feel that they're not good at quarterback. That's what it really comes down to. It's some teams that went through spring practice and realized, hey, I ain't got a quarterback. Now, them putting Colorado in that was just a front. That was just a way to push the money up, or to try to put a little sully on Colorado name because they knew that this was going to be talked about in a negative light. So, y'all think Coach Prime so high and mighty? Look, he's trying to get this kid from Tennessee. Man, be for real. Be for real. We don't want nothing to do with that. And again, I hope this works out for this kid because it didn't work out for Dylan Rashada. Rashada was supposed to come to Florida. He got here. He reneged on it. He went somewhere else. He ended up going to Georgia. Now he's in the portal again. Like, guys, it doesn't work. You got to be doing what's right. I hope, like I said, I just pray that this kid finds a good home and finds somewhere and stays there and becomes a good quarterback because he has the potential to be a good quarterback. But all this running around and ripping and running, that ain't going to get it done. It's to you, Uncle Steve.
Coach Dre, you nailed it. JR, you put a bow on it. I will say this one here. It's two ways of looking at this here. People had no problems with universities and boosters going and paying under the table to players and giving them money to come into the universities. That was no problem. You got another thing. What the kid did was not illegal. He has every right. The rules don't say you can't do it. The rules came out. What does the market ask for? When Georgia quarterback went to Miami and got $4 million, the market swung. And if the market swung and I'm on an SEC team and I'm on a winning team, a 9-3 or 10-3 team, the market lets me know my price then went up. With that being said, this is where I think he did the left turn. You still show up to spring practice. You let them know that you're not happy about what's going on and that they need to scratch you a little bit more because the price has gone up. And if they refuse to do it then you say, okay, since you guys aren't going to come around to this one here, I'm going to be leaving the university. And people can live with that. People can live with that. Hey, he wanted more money. He did what he said he's going to do. We had a disagreement with it. He went. He kept all of his obligations as far as he came to practice. He did everything he's supposed to do. You might not like it, but with the rules going right now, those are the rules. Now, what I say is this one here. Can you imagine if two did that? They get mad at two because he got confidence. How do you think these owners are going to whoop this young man when it comes time for the NFL? Because the first thing they're going to do is look at his resume. This is what you did to that university. And a lot of owners owe Tennessee because a lot of them got things through Tennessee. So, alumni and everything else then went there. So with that being said, this is what I'll tell you. He's going to have a long road because now you got billionaires who are not going to want to deal with the people that handle him. Because when you get big money, then how is he going to act then when other quarterbacks' contract go up and he's going to want more money? I don't have no knock on the young man because it's capitalism. You have no problem when billionaires say they want more money. Yeah, y'all ain't got no problem with that. But a poor guy who ain't making no money say he wants, I don't like the way he did it. I don't have to like that, but that ain't the point. The point is this. If what he has done, he's caused damage for other kids. Because what you're going to see right now, you're hearing it for old Unc. You're going to see the Senate and Congress come in now because they hot now. The Senate and Congress is going to come in now. They're going to step in because the majority of these young men are African Americans, and they're going to put law. This is how we're going to legislate y'all money. Now they're not going to do it for golf. They're not going to do it for baseball. But basketball and football, we're going to have to step in because you guys you guys are not understanding how you should do this here. You're not playing ball the right. I'm telling you, he's caused damage in that thing because when it start coming down the pipe, what they're going to use is his example. So, both sides, I see it. It's time for the NCAA to come up and make rules to stop this. You can get the kids out of it, make rules so that this doesn't happen, and then we can go on from there. Because to me, once you sign a contract, you should be obligated to that contract. That's why I tell these kids, if you feel like you're worth $4 million, you should fight for that $4 million before you sign a $2 million contract. Once that contract is signed, be an adult. Stick by your contract and go from there. Because if it's me, once I give you that $2 million and you don't perform, I can't go get my money. If he didn't do anything, I can't go get my money. So once you're under that contract, I should be able to sue you and sue your family and get my money back. That's just me. Back to you, BWatts.
That's a good take. It's a problem when them players want it, but when them coaches want it and go LSU coach, how they did Notre Dame, left for that money. Ain't nobody said nothing about that. As soon as a black kid go did it, hey, he was the 9th best quarterback in the SEC, according to the report that came out. He was getting $2 million. He wanted $2 million more. Yeah, that's all. And trust me, it was a college contacted him. I bet you when they come out, contacted him first. That's why he went.
No
That's
doubt.
why he went.
That's what happened. That's what happened. What I'm saying is, you the quarterback, BWatts, and I'm your agent. I don't have to call you. I can just call you whoever representing you. So they call me and say, hey, listen, Tennessee paying you 2, we'll give you 3.5, we'll give you 4. So what he probably did was went to Heupel and was like, hey, coach, such and such, I think, I can get 3 to 4 if I hit the portal, because the portal was coming up. And, either Tennessee said yes or no. The one thing I'm not mad at nobody, but the one thing I am happy is that Josh Heupel stood on his morals and said, hey, you say you doing this, go ahead. You didn't come to practice on Friday. That showed me you don't want to be here. So you got it. So hey, you know what I'm saying? So that like y'all say, Nico made a stance. You made a stance. But again, we can't make this NFL football before they get to the NFL. And Unc said some real stuff. Nico messed himself up with the NFL because now the NFL owners know what kind of guy you is when it comes to negotiating. And you messed yourself up when that comes down the pipe later on in your career. So I like you say, the NCAA or whoever else, they need to step in, make some guidelines. They gonna still break them because don't nobody never follow the rules. I'm gonna tell you, boy, these people down south, they definitely don't honor what you be talking about. They like to break the rules in the SEC. They pays under the table. Been doing that long time. So
look,
but you gotta do
I don't want to speculate. I don't want to speculate a lot, but I do have this to say. I don't want to speculate a lot. But there's a few reports out there, whether they're credible reports or not, but apparently his team was shopping him around, like his agents or handlers or whoever. And they shopped him around to a school or so. And one coach in particular, Dan Lanning at Oregon, was like, hey man, it's like we getting calls asking if we're interested in this kid. And they got back to Tennessee and said and told the Tennessee coach, like, yeah, like they called us asking if he wanted to come, here. He's the West Coast guy, things like that. So look, whether his team shopped him around, whether coaches called him and things like that, I don't think it's gonna play a factor in his NFL credibility. Look, we've seen worse in NFL. We've seen people kill people and still play. We've seen people beat their wives and still play. We've seen people do drugs and still play. We've seen people hold out on contracts and still play. In the NFL, if you got talent, they gonna sign you. Like that.
No, it's plenty of talented people that ain't in the NFL, homeboy. If they put Timmy Smith won the MVP of the Super Bowl, and his next year he wasn't in the NFL. Doug Williams did some things, and the next year he was out of the NFL.
Yeah, but if you look at the trend now, unless you do something like totally egregious, this is not totally egregious.
Well, they can't trust you. When you're a quarterback, they gotta trust. They're paying you $300 and $400 million. And I want to throw something for somebody in the chat. When I say African American or whatever for the young man, he's not African American, but he's a minority. If you're brown skinned, you're a minority. So
yeah, he's Polynesian. He's Polynesian.
It still don't make a difference. If he's Polynesian, when they look at his check, he's gonna still be considered on the minority. Minority side.
Other.
Yeah. So, but weird.
Look, if it was something egregious, if he went out and put hands and feet on somebody, something like that, him looking to get more money.
Look what they're doing to Shadur. He ain't did nothing. I'm talking about the poster child. You're not hearing me. You're talking about billionaires. The NFL is this. Jerry Jones told his players, I dare you to put a knee down or not go up there and salute to that flag. They tell you what to do. They own you in the NFL. That's their mentality. That's why they don't have guaranteed contracts. It's not like NBA, homeboy.
But if a player like Dak Prescott still went out nil, Jerry Jones is still gonna pay him $60 million. Because you know why? Dak Prescott won games. The reason why Colin Kaepernick was pushed out of the NFL, it was political. There were entities outside of the NFL that drove Colin Kaepernick out. Because there's a multitude of players.
If Dak Prescott take a knee with Jerry Jones, I can promise you, Jerry Jones will go to the league and say he dishonored his contract, I want him out of that contract.
I don't want to push the narrative.
That's Jerry. You ain't seen a player yet go up there and fight Jerry Jones. Name one player that went up there and fought Jerry Jones and they still with the Dallas Cowboys.
Dak Prescott. He sat out and still got $60 million. What do you mean? He sat out. He didn't show up to minicamp. He didn't show up to OTAs until he got his money. That's fighting back. What you can do as a player is not show up. If Michael Parsons decides to not show up to OTAs, not show up to minicamp, Dallas is going to pay Michael Parsons because he produces. In the NFL, it's about productivity. Colin Kaepernick got him to the Super Bowl. Then they changed coaches next year. He didn't produce. He found his way out of the league for other reasons outside of that. But what I'm saying for Nico, this is not the end all be all. I don't think an organization is going to be like, well, he was trying to negotiate money and stuff like that. That's what agents do. Agents negotiate money for the talent. That's what happens.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, JR. You can't be trusted for a team. You just ruined your whole football team. Tennessee was supposed to be the top team in the East. They right now they were supposed to be one of the top teams in the East. Nico leaving. Watch how many kids hit the portal because Nico ain't gonna be there because they don't have a quarterback. They don't have a guy. So what I think what Uncle Steve is telling you is, if I'm building a team, I can't trust you. Again, it's about the loyalty. I can't trust you for anything because if the going gets tough, you're showing that, hey, you get what I'm saying. So that's what I think when I say that. And what I'm telling you is, you showed your negotiating hand in negotiating, right? Because they already know how you're acting. They already got a template for what you're doing. Normally, you don't have that with a kid coming out of college because they haven't had to negotiate a contract like that. It's helpful in a way, but it's hurtful in a way. And again, I think that what he did to the University of Tennessee as a whole, if he did, like you said, if he did this in the winter, I still don't got a problem with it. But I don't have as big of the time. Again, it's about what I always tell y'all. It's about the timing. It's about the way you presented yourself. Like you say, now Dan Landy come out and say that they shopping him around or whatever. Now if he end up at Oregon, it's going I don't know how much you can trust that guy.
That's my thing. The only thing that'll hurt Nico and his NFL future if he go to another school and he don't produce. Because the NFL at the end of the day, they want to produce. Whether they knocking Shadur or not, he produced. So he gonna get drafted. Nico's still gonna get drafted. Now, whether he be the number 1 quarterback, number 2 quarterback, he's still gonna get drafted. If he goes to USC and throws for 5,000 yards, you don't think no NFL team gonna be like, it's talent at the end of the day. No matter how storied your history is. We got players in Georgia involved in car accidents, killing people. They still drafted Jalen Carter in the first round because he's talented. That's why. The NFL, morally, I don't agree with a lot of moral things of the NFL, but the one thing the NFL do right, if you talented, they're going to put you on the roster. It's end all be all. You got talent, they're going to put you on the roster. Now, when you in the NFL and he doing this in the NFL, organizations will be a little bit more short leash, but you got high profile players that'll sit out all throughout OTAs. They won't play at all. The dude for New York, he got traded from the Eagles to the Jets. He didn't play the whole year until he came in when he had to be eligible to play. And they paid him. Once he got on the field, they paid him. Once you sign a contract, once you show up and play, they're gonna pay you. If you got talent, they're gonna put you on the field because you're talented. Now, all the morals behind it, whether he, contracts and he's shopping his stuff around for more money and things like that, it's a part of the game that I don't like. But if he would have done it early in that winter portal and just went out there and been like, I want to get more money, it is what it is, and I'm not staying at Tennessee, nobody, like you said, Coach Dre, nobody would have thought 2 words about it. The young man from UNLV, he left in the middle of the season. Look, and it was for $300,000. They ain't paying me, I'm leaving. He on another team already. So in the NFL, if you got the talent, they're gonna pay him. Now, whether he's drafted first round, second round, he has enough talent to get drafted, but he'll have to just tread cautiously because now it's pivotal for him to get to a university that's going to highlight his talents to where he can still match or exceed the numbers at Tennessee. Because if he go to another university and he dip down, that's what hurts his draft stock. You can't go nowhere and throw for 2,000 yards. You better go somewhere, you better go somewhere and throw for 4,000 yards. Like that's the nature of it. So he betting on himself. I think he made a calculated risk, a bad one, but he better go somewhere where he can get some numbers thrown up. Go out there at USC and play for Lincoln Riley. They need a quarterback. Lincoln Riley done put Heisman after Heisman, first round pick after first round pick in the NFL. I would go to USC if I was him. He'll have to take less money. USC ain't gonna give him $4 million because now USC has you got to come somewhere before school starts. That's the situation. He put himself in a bad situation like that by putting it out there. Now a team that $4 million that he potentially wanted. If I'm USC or CU or something like that, I'm not giving you $4 million. You need somewhere to play. I'm gonna put you in the best position to play, but I ain't giving you $4 million. I guarantee you, wherever he signed now, he don't get $4 million because he don't have the power no more. He had the power on Tennessee until Tennessee closed the door. You only worth what they pay you in college. You only worth what they pay you. That's my opinion about it, though.
Ooh, boy, you went 20 minutes on your opinion.
Oh, man, cut it out.
I appreciate y'all tonight, though, man. But yeah, it's interesting, man. How it gonna turn out? Somebody get him up. Somebody get him. Like you said, I ain't gonna get him no $4 million though.
They
But
ain't give him $4 million. But he
I wish him the best though. I wish him the best. Well, want to thank everybody for tuning in to Sports Talk. We'll BWatts tonight. Appreciate y'all tonight. If you don't mind, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed and hit that bell notification. Let's go around with the last word. We'll start with you, JR. Then Coach Dre, hand us out.
Now, it's always a pleasure getting up here with Coach Dre. Uncle Steve had to leave. And BWatts, again, thank you for curating the platform, for a space for us to get up here and talk ball, things like that. Salute to you, Coach Dre. Always, man, I appreciate your wisdom, your knowledge. And BWatts, you said I was right about some stuff today, so I appreciate that, man. Give me my flowers. Appreciate
that. As always, I appreciate the opportunity to come up here and speak with my brothers and have our weekly meeting and put a smile on somebody's face. Hopefully bless somebody. I tell people all the time, I'm just a nobody trying to bless somebody. I just want somebody to, I want y'all to really listen to me when I tell y'all this. If you depressed or you having problems or everything ain't all right for you in your world, reach out to somebody. Ask for help. You never know that somebody can help you if you don't ask. I'm begging and pleading with you. Don't lay your head down on your pillow without calling somebody, asking them for help, telling them your problems. Just if they can just sit there and listen and you can vent, just do that instead of doing other things to yourself or harming yourself. Because you're not just hurting you, you're also hurting your family that you're leaving in this space, and nobody should have to do that. So Lacey, hey man, you fought the good fight, you ran the good race, man. Sleep on, little young brother. We'll see you in the morning. As I always tell you, if I send no ships out, no ships will come in. And if there's no contest, nobody can win. Games can't be won if they haven't been played. And prayers can't be answered if they haven't been prayed. I am your man, Coach Drake. That is my brother, JR Boxer. That is my brother, BWatts. This has been another Sunday with us. We appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all next Sunday, and God bless.
Who else wants some? They say my D-line didn't exist. Bullshit.
Are you practicing to practice, or you practicing to be great?
Which way am I going?
The bus coming, you on the way.
It's a new team. Same old model. We got to sell this thing out and pack the thing. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 1 on me. 1, 2, 3. You're going to see how it all comes together, because it's going to be a tremendous peek into the future of CU football.